So as you know, your payments are up if you have a variable rate mortgage. Fixed rate mortgages are higher. And so, one thing I've been kind of preaching the last little while is, fixed and variable is not the conversation. Cost of living is higher, and that is a reality of things. So I will do some videos on some side hustles, not just some kind of like, trendy things, but just some things that actually I have done. But I want to give you 4 things as far as your house goes in which you can offset the interest rate increases and the payments. So number 1, renting out rooms in the house. This is the easiest way to mitigate a payment change. You have $600 to $700 some places per room. Doesn't need to be just you putting it out on Marketplace, although it certainly could be. Think about sports teams. Think about exchange students. Think about school kids. People going to university. You can rent out a lot of rooms for not really a big burden on your system. And with how the housing market is, you can be very selective on who you take for a room. And remember, when you're doing a room rental, those are not subject to the Residential Tenancy Act in most places, and so you do have huge leeway on what you do with that. So consider doing a room rental. Number 2, you're probably already renting your suite, but did you know we could do a mortgage, even a second mortgage, for a suite rental for as little as $600. Now, if I'm renting out a suite for $1,800 and I'm giving you $100,000 that I made you a second mortgage for, which is going to cost you $600, not $600,000, $600, and you net $1,400, would that not offset the cost of rising interest and rising inflation costs? Why, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Number 3, consider parking and garages. We see ads all the time, people wanting to rent garages or wanting to rent parking spots. Imagine, depending on what your city is, you could, one year I had rented one of my houses for $100 a month. I rented one side of my carport for someone to house to RV. People are looking to store boats, RVs, cars, all that type of thing. Advertise online, and you can get enough money, depending on what your property is, to offset those interest rate costs. And that's not going to be cumbersome on your life. That's not going to make a big deal having something park. Or on the flip side, someone using a garage, you can rent out for office space, you can rent out for a lot of different things for storage. These are things, posting an ad, you'll be surprised that we see all the time people are doing this. This is very, very common. Last suggestion, I'm going to give you something I did last year when I started traveling, using the app Turo. Turo is a car rental app. And so if I have a car that I'm not using it all the time, I can put it on Turo. It's like the Airbnb for cars. I can have somebody rent my car when I'm not using it. Check it out, Turo.com. Last year netted me about $500 a month, which in most cases is enough to offset the payment changes. So those are 4 ideas to offset payment changes. If you need help, you want to do a debt repositioning strategy or look at all the different options, would be happy to chat. Please do send this video to friends, subscribe to our channel, and we'd love to help you in any way we can.